There are moments in every awakening when everything feels heavier than you expected. Moments when your spirit feels stretched, your emotions feel louder, and your soul whispers that something inside you is trying to change. Not because you are breaking, but because you are becoming. If you are moving through a difficult phase right now, if the weight feels unfamiliar, if your awakening feels more like a storm than clarity, this moment is for you. You are not failing, you are not lost, you are not going backward, you are awakening through the part no one talks about. The part where your spirit grows faster than your mind can understand. The part where old versions of yourself loosen their grip. The part where you begin to outgrow places you once fit. This phase is not a punishment. It is an invitation to breathe deeper, an invitation to listen inward, an invitation to return to the truth inside you that the world made you forget. So right now, before the day begins demanding pieces of you, before you put your strength back on like armor, before you shrink yourself to match what others expect, just pause. This is your moment, your soft place, your sanctuary. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow. Let your spirit enter the room again. You don't need to pretend you're fine. You don't need to hide how heavy this awakening feels. You don't need to force clarity. Right here, in this quiet morning space, you are allowed to simply exist, to feel what you feel, to notice what rises, to let your truth speak. Because even if your awakening feels difficult, you are not doing it wrong. You are not behind. You are not alone. Every awakened soul passes through phases like this. Phases where the old is dissolving, but the new hasn't fully arrived. Phases where silence feels loud and change feels like a weight pressing against your chest. These phases are not signs of weakness. They are signs of expansion. And expansion is rarely gentle. But remember this: if you feel pressured, if you feel stretched, if you feel confused, it's only because your spirit is growing into a version of you that your mind hasn't met yet. Let these words move through you like a quiet reassurance. You are allowed to rest inside your awakening. You are allowed to breathe inside your transformation. You are allowed to take this phase slowly. You are allowed to be exactly where you are. Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is off track. Nothing is out of place. You are simply in a deep part of your awakening, a phase that requires softness instead of strength, presence instead of answers, patience instead of pressure. So let this morning hold you. Let these words steady you. Let your breath remind you that you are still here, still growing, still moving through this phase with more courage than you realize. You're not meant to rush this. You're meant to feel it. Because the phase you're in now, this tender, uncertain, stretching place, is shaping the version of you that's waiting on the other side of this transformation. And you are getting closer, not by pushing, but by allowing. So breathe. Let the heaviness melt a little. Let your heart open just enough to receive what you need. Let your mind quiet so your inner truth can rise. You have survived every phase so far. You will rise through this one too. This morning, let yourself be held by something deeper, knowing, ancient, and quiet that whispers, "This phase has meaning," and you are becoming more yourself within it. Stay here. Stay soft. Stay open. Your awakening continues, and you are not walking through this phase alone.
As you continue to breathe, feel how your body responds to the quiet, as if your entire being is slowly remembering something it once knew, something it once trusted, something it once lived from effortlessly, the inner truth beneath every phase of awakening. Sometimes the most difficult part of this journey is not the transformation itself, but believing that you are strong enough to move through it. So let this moment remind you, gently, fully, deeply, that you are not standing in this phase alone. You are held by wisdom older than your doubts. You are guided by a clarity deeper than your confusion. You are rooted in a strength stronger than fear. The heaviness you feel is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of transition. You are shedding what no longer fits. You are stepping out of identities that once protected you. You are outgrowing versions of yourself you did not realize were temporary. And yes, it feels heavy. Yes, it feels confusing. Yes, it feels like you are losing pieces of yourself. But you are not losing anything essential. You are releasing everything that is not aligned with who you are becoming. Let that truth settle into your heart. And now that these affirmations begin to move through you, not as commands, but as gentle truths rising inside your spirit. I am safe inside this phase of my awakening. Let your breath soften as you hear that. I am not behind, I am transforming. I trust the timing of my spiritual growth. I am carried by a wisdom larger than my fear. Feel how these words begin to rearrange your energy, how they open small spaces of light within you, how they remind you that there is nothing wrong with the phase you're in. You are evolving at the exact pace your soul needs. Some phases are meant to challenge you. Some phases are meant to stretch you. Some phases are meant to bring you back to yourself. This one is doing all three. And still, you are standing. You are breathing. You are awakening. Let the next affirmations go deeper, letting them touch the places inside you that you rarely allow to be seen. I allow myself to feel what this phase brings. I am not afraid of my own depth. My emotions are teachers, not enemies. I am becoming more myself through every experience. As you repeat these truths, notice how something begins to loosen inside you. The tension, the pressure, the belief that you must rush through this phase to be okay. You don't need to rush. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to pretend that this part is easy. Awakening has phases, some soft, some bright, some painful, some quiet, and some impossibly heavy. But every phase reveals something real, something necessary, something that belongs to the essence of who you are. Let yourself sink deeper into this awareness. You are not meant to understand everything right now. You are only meant to stay open, gentle, and willing. Let these affirmations help you release the weight you've been carrying. I release the pressure to have everything figured out. I release the fear that keeps me small. I release the need to be strong all the time. I release what is no longer aligned with my path. Feel the exhale move through you. Feel the quiet settle again. Feel how spacious you become when you stop demanding perfection of yourself. You are not meant to know the entire plan. You are only meant to take the next breath, the next step, the next moment of honesty with yourself. Let this clarity guide you inward even more. Place your awareness gently on your heart and notice what rises. A memory, a fear, a longing, a heaviness, a hope. Whatever appears, you don't need to push it away. This is the part of awakening that expands your soul. And now receive these affirmations with softness. I trust the process even when I do not understand it. I am supported by the universe as I move through this phase. I give myself permission to rest inside my awakening. I am worthy of peace, clarity, and healing. Let these truths take root. Your awakening is not linear. It spirals. It circles back. It deepens. Sometimes it breaks you open only to rebuild you with more truth than before. You are not breaking. You are opening. And from this opening, new wisdom rises, new clarity rises, new versions of you rise. Let your breath welcome each one. And now allow these affirmations to integrate what your spirit already knows. I am evolving even when it feels like I'm standing still. I am growing even when the path feels unclear. I am protected as I navigate this transformation. I honor every part of my journey, even the difficult phases. Notice how your energy changes again. A subtle grounding, a quiet strength, a deeper presence. This is what alignment feels like. Not loud, not dramatic, not sudden, but like returning home to a part of yourself you forgot in the chaos. You are becoming whole, not by force, but by remembering. Stay with this truth. Let it soften your edges. Let it steady your breath. Let it lift the weight from your spirit. You are not alone in this phase of awakening. You are not misunderstood by the universe. You are not overlooked. You are held. You are guided. You are supported. You are awakening through difficulty, through depth, through genuine transformation. And now, as this segment comes to its natural breath, let these final affirmations settle inside you like light filling a quiet room. I trust myself in this phase of my awakening. I walk forward with calm and inner strength. I allow clarity to rise within me. I am exactly where I need to be on my spiritual path. Rest in this truth and let it carry you into the next moment of your awakening.
As you settle deeper into this moment, you may notice a quiet shift happening within you. A soft lifting, a gentle opening, a sense that something inside you is becoming lighter, clearer, more spacious. This is the part of awakening that often goes unnoticed, the moment when your spirit begins to rise again after carrying the weight of a difficult phase. You are not forcing this shift.
You are allowing it, and that is what makes it powerful. Awakening is not about pushing yourself into clarity. It is about softening enough for clarity to enter. It is about relaxing into the parts of yourself that were once tense, confused, or overwhelmed. Right now, your energy is settling into a deeper truth than the one you started this day with. You are beginning to understand that this phase you are in is not here to break you, but to reveal you. You are awakening into a version of yourself that has been waiting behind old fears, old beliefs, old expectations, and this version of you is ready to rise. Let yourself feel that rising. Feel it not as excitement, not as intensity, but as quiet strength building inside your chest. A strength that doesn't need to shout to be heard. A strength that doesn't need to prove itself. A strength that simply exists. Steady, ancient, undeniable. And now, let these affirmations meet that strength, feeding it, supporting it, nourishing it. I am stronger than this phase. Feel how your spine subtly straightens at that truth. I am growing in ways I cannot yet see. I trust the wisdom unfolding within me. My awakening is guiding me toward clarity. Let these words echo gently through your inner space. Let them settle like light across still water. Let them root themselves into the deepest parts of your being. Your awakening is not something happening to you. It is something happening through you. You are the vessel. You are the path. You are the revelation. Every emotion you felt, every moment of confusion, every night when you wondered if you'd lost yourself, all of it was part of your return, not your collapse. Your return. Because your soul does not abandon you in moments of heaviness. It whispers more loudly. It expands. It calls you back into alignment. And you are answering that call now. Let this next group of affirmations deepen that alignment. I am guided by a wisdom greater than my doubts. I no longer resist the changes happening within me. I allow myself to become who I am meant to be. I release the belief that I must struggle alone. Notice how your breath changes when you say, I allow myself to become who I am meant to be. There is freedom in that sentence. Freedom from the old versions of yourself that no longer feel like home. You are not meant to stay the same. You are meant to evolve. You are meant to rise. You are meant to grow out of the old walls of your identity and step into something more expansive, more authentic, more aligned. And even though this phase has felt heavy, even though you have questioned your path, even though you have doubted your strength, you are still moving, still breathing, still awakening. Your spirit knows the way, even when your mind does not. Let that truth soften your entire being. And now, as you sink a little deeper into this rising clarity, receive these next affirmations with your whole body. I honor my evolution even when it feels uncomfortable. I trust the unfolding of my spiritual path. I embrace the changes that support my growth. I am worthy of peace, clarity, and expansion. You are expanding right now, not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply. Your awakening is shifting from heaviness into strength, from confusion into clarity, from fear into understanding. And all of this is happening within you because you were willing to stay present through the difficult part of the journey. Awakening is not linear. It moves in waves. It stretches you. It opens you. It asks you to shed pieces of yourself that no longer hold truth. And each time you release what is no longer aligned, you grow. You become lighter. You become clearer. You become more yourself. Let this next set of affirmations anchor that growth inside you. I rise through difficult phases with courage. I trust the intelligence of my awakening. I am guided toward the version of myself that feels like truth. I open my heart to the clarity coming my way. Feel how your energy shifts as you breathe those words. Feel how your chest expands, how your presence becomes stronger, and how your spirit feels less burdened and more alive. This is what inner transformation feels like. Not rushed, not forced, but unfolding naturally when you create space for it to happen. You are creating that space now. And as this space grows, so does your light, so does your clarity, so does your connection to the truth within you. Breathe into that connection. Let it deepen. Let it ground you. Let it open a door inside you that you did not realize was still closed. And now, let these final affirmations of this segment carry you into the next phase of your awakening. I rise with wisdom. I rise with clarity. I rise with inner strength. I rise because this is who I am becoming. Feel these words resonate in your chest like a calm, steady heartbeat of truth. You are rising. You are awakening. You are remembering who you are beyond the weight of this phase. And this rising will continue long after this moment.
As you rest in this quiet, softened energy, notice how much has shifted within you. Notice how your breath flows with more ease, how your thoughts feel less heavy, how your spirit feels a little more spacious, a little more grounded, a little more awake. You have walked through the hardest part of this phase, the part where you felt alone, uncertain, overwhelmed, questioning everything about your journey. But now, you are arriving at a different place, a calmer place, a place where your truth rises not as pressure, but as presence. This moment is not the end of your awakening. It is a new beginning inside it. You are learning to trust the process, not because it is easy, but because you are finally hearing yourself again. Let these next affirmations root that readiness in you. I am aligned with the path my soul chose. I rise with wisdom earned through experience. I allow myself to grow beyond the limits of my past. I am stepping into a new chapter with calm and courage. Feel how these words strengthen your entire energy field. Feel how they connect you to something larger than your fears, yet closer to you than your breath. Your awakening was never meant to be endured alone. It was meant to be shared with those who understand the depth of the journey, the weight of the transformation, the beauty that emerges from the hardest phases. You are part of that collective now. Quiet souls, deep souls, awake souls, all moving through their own phases with honesty, courage, and softness. And if this moment brought you comfort, if it made your phase feel lighter, if it helped you remember who you are beneath the heaviness, then let this final invitation rest gently on your heart. If these words supported your awakening today, consider subscribing to the channel. Not as a task, not as a formality, but as an act of nourishment for your journey. Every morning affirmation here is created for souls who feel deeply, who transform quietly, who awaken through difficult phases with grace. If this space feels like home, you are welcome to stay. You are welcome to return. You are welcome to continue awakening with me, one gentle morning at a time. And now, let these final affirmations seal this moment into your spirit, like light settling into every part of you. I am safe in my awakening. I am grounded in my truth. I am guided in every phase of my journey. I rise with love, clarity, and inner strength. Take one more breath. Slow, deep, full. Feel how different you are from when this moment began. Feel how much more connected you are to yourself. Feel how this phase, the one you thought you wouldn't survive, is becoming the foundation of your transformation. You are returning to yourself. You are remembering your power. You are awakening with tenderness, with truth, with courage. And this rising, this soft, sacred rising, will continue long after these words fade. You are not alone. You never were. And you are exactly where you need to be.